Hey, what's up guys? And first of all, if you would like to support me and the channel, my PayPal will be down in the description. So, thank you all very much guys. Now welcome back to Anime Symbol. I'm back with part 4 of What If Naruto Unlock Void Chakra guys. Don't forget to get this one to 100 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also guys, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice, yes, I indeed have 3 more channels that I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. Anime King 2, Anime King 3. The links will be down in the description, so don't forget to go ahead and obliterate that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And yeah, so without further ado or wasting more time, how about we jump right into this brand new episode? Let us begin now guys. So the last part we left off, Orochimaru was taken aback when the Rasengan that Naruto hit him with was devouring his chakra, as he realized that something was severely wrong, extremely so with this situation. Meanwhile, Naruto had made his way back towards his team. Arriving there, Naruto saw the mark on Sasuke's neck, as Naruto used the Void Chakra to devour said mark, allowing him to eat away the chakra that was in it, but he could feel the hunger, wanting him to take the rest of Sasuke's chakra. But he had enough control to not kill his friend, as he saved Sasuke from the mark. So with that, Team 7 found themselves making their way towards the tower. When Ino and her team arrived, she searched for Naruto, only to find him on the roof relaxing. As they started to talk amongst one another, it seems that the both of them break a new ground on what they were. After all, feelings were developing for them over the past couple of months now since Naruto changed drastically, and Ino felt comfortable just lying there with him. They hadn't taken any step forward into their growing relationship, but it was clear. Even Jiraiya could see that. Jiraiya, who has been on the edge, given the fact that the Toads had ordered him to take Naruto out. But he was glad to see that Naruto was relaxing. He was glad to see that Naruto was happy, and he wasn't being twisted or manipulated by anything. So that was good. Yes, very, very good. As the time went by, the exam came around. It was the preliminaries. Zaku tried his best to end the life of Ino, as Naruto had arrived just in time to save her. He told Zaku by the end of the match that he would kill him. Naruto's words were not followed by anything. It was something that he was merely stating, like stating a fact. He was going to end him. His opponent was Dosu. Dosu attacked Naruto, trying to use the method of breaking down his opponent by affecting their hearing. Unfortunately though, Naruto recovered a lot faster than he thought, and Naruto's strength had drastically grown as Naruto removed his head. The brutality of it all had shocked many. Yes, they were all shocked by what they saw. Ino found out about what happened, and she didn't like it. She didn't want him to put himself in this situation because of her. However, despite Naruto saying rather calm things, because she calmed him down, she made him happy. He did not change his mind. Naruto hunted Zaku down. As he was leaving the village, Kin was making fun of him as he was afraid. As Zaku tried to prop himself up when Naruto arrived, Naruto was different, having realized that he's not ventured to learn much more about the Void Chakra. After all, his battle with Orochimaru showed him that that Naruto had yet to truly become one with Void. However, the representation of Void, which took the aspects of his parents, Minato and Kushina, as Naruto was able to form a blade from the Void Chakra itself, a blade that could do rather destructive, nasty things, and Zaku met the bitter end of that blade. For the next following month, Jiraiya proceeded to take over Naruto's training, wanting to monitor the situation. The Toads might advise it, but the Sannin did not see the reason to put Naruto down, as Naruto has been a standing member of society, not to mention he's done nothing bad. Jiraiya did not see it. He's done nothing that would warrant him being put down. On the final day before the Chunin exams took place, the Void Chakra wished Naruto luck. We come to learn that the Void Chakra was absent. It was nothing, the quiet emptiness. However, the moment it was brought into this world by Naruto, it fused with him and emotions were bonded and linked. So the Void was experiencing this just like Naruto was. That was the trigger that changed Naruto so much in terms of his absolutely fearlessness and his growing emotional state. They wished him luck as Naruto made his way. One could not define evil or good between them. As Naruto was just a Void, there was no right or wrong in his eyes. When he made his way there, his opponent was Neji Hyuga. Many had the confidence to say that Neji was going to win this match. There wasn't a doubt about it. As for Orochimaru, who was pretending to be the Kazekage, the Sannin had truly been shocked, as Naruto's ability was able to break down the cells and destroy them on a level beyond his observation. The Sannin wanted him, that is why he brought two special members to kidnap and take Naruto during the invasion, to take him out of the picture because he would be truly dangerous to those that he faced. That is why he brought them along, two rather powerful members. With that, the Sannin focused on the invasion that was going to start up very soon. As for Naruto, as he faced off against Neji, Neji started to speak about his fate, but Naruto did not believe in that anymore. After seeing what he saw with his own eyes, nothing was ever written. Even believing that he was chosen by Void, no, it wasn't his fate. It was just a surprising turn of events, something that truly changed the fate of history, a phenomenal event. Naruto's mind was different than it was before. The more he grew mentally as well. However, Neji decided to show Naruto why nothing can be changed. But Neji was shocked, so were the other Hyugas, as Naruto ripped the ceiling off his head. Naruto removed the mark, stunning every single one there. This was a game changer, a truly shocking game changer, as Naruto was able to remove that seal from Neji's head. Many couldn't believe what they were witnessing. So yeah guys, basically let's left off. You guys can switch across and play check out for yourselves to be in this new episode. The look on Hayashi Hyuga's face was unreadable, similar to many of the other Hyugas that were observing the battle. Mostly, the branch members. Naruto Uzumaki had just stripped away the cage bird seal. Tenten was shocked. She knew about it, something that Neji refused to speak about. Everyone was shocked. That was a lineage within the Hyuga clan. It is said that it can only be removed once the wielder is dead. It also destroys the eyes as well, to make sure they cannot be taken by anyone. So this was unexpected. Hanabi gazed over towards her father, his expression unreadable. Meanwhile, Hiruzen knew this was bad. Naruto doing this, it might seem like something good, but it was bad. There would be a lot of political fallout, as this was going to stir up a lot, especially with the branch side, and that would lead to conflict with the main side as well. Damn it, he said to himself. But the fight must go on, as Naruto stepped towards Neji and extended his hand. Neji took it as Naruto helped him to his feet. How? Said Neji, never thinking that this day would be possible. I've learned a lot about myself and about the things I can do. It's quite complicated though. Just know that you're free from your burden. But now, I wish to ask you, what is it that you desire? Said Naruto. You told me that you were sealed in your fate, but now, I have contradicted everything that you've said because I've shattered this so-called fate that you once had. So what is it that you now want? Neji's mind was blown. I don't know. But that made Naruto smile. That is what I was telling you. There is no such thing as fate. Fate is what we make it. After all, we believe that this world is much bigger than it truly is. Naruto said, having looked into the void, many things seem small to him now. So, shall we continue our battle? After all, I suppose things are going to be different for you after this. Hearing that, Neji glanced up towards the members that were there. Naruto looked at him. I believe that I am quite aware of your situation. Jiraiya of the Sannin told me about it. I suppose it might seem rather wrong for what I did. On many standpoints. Well, for the main family members. But for the branch members, I suppose, they will desire the removal of their mark as well. So that will make me a target in two different ways. Or perhaps they will try to quiet this and kill you, so no one else can make a move. But do not worry, said Naruto. You intrigue me, so I will not allow you to die. Neji looked at Naruto as he was confused by those words. If they desire my death, how exactly will you prevent that? Naruto tilted his head like it was an obvious thing. Simple. I'll kill all of them, he said. Despite him saying that so casually, speaking about annihilating an entire clan, the members, having their Byakugan activated, read his lips. However, others did not hear what Naruto said. The look and the way he said it, Neji truly believed that he can. So, Naruto said, shall we finish the show? Neji did not know what to make of this person, never truly understanding him. But now things seem so... It was hard to explain. However, he supposed he did owe him a match. Just because of this doesn't mean I will take it easy on you, Neji said. That would be an insult. I'm glad you won't, said Naruto. Neji sped forward, dashing towards Naruto, up in the stands. It's a binding seal that keeps them in line. Being a, clan head daughter, Ino knew a lot. Not everything, but she knew a lot. But there were certain things that did not really concern her. Sakura was surprised, having never really known that. After all, things like that weren't exactly taught in the class or something like that. And Naruto just removed it. But wouldn't this be a bad thing for them? Sakura said, after all, the way that Ino described it, wouldn't the main members be upset? You're right. Ino said as she glanced down to see two of the elder Hyugas got up and started to make their way off. Immediately she started to worry. Worry for Naruto. Worry for this situation. She was unaware that she was being watched, as two people close by wearing hoods were observing Ino for a reason. Meanwhile, down below, Neji found it impossible to touch Naruto. As shocking as what just happened was, the people were shocked by Naruto's speed. Was he always this fast? Many could not describe what they were looking at, as Naruto was moving around, bypassing each of Neji's strikes. When he suddenly stopped, Neji saw the opportunity. "It's over," he said. He proceeded to hit Naruto with the 64 palms. The final attack sent Naruto towards the wall. However, as he lay there against the wall, the proctor jumping down, believing that the match was over, Naruto straightened himself up. Neji's eyes could not see it. He could not see Naruto chakra points. It caught him off guard when he went in for the technique, but he knew where they were. He was sure that he closed them all. "I was curious, what exactly would your technique do to me?" "Seems that it did not have the intended effect," said Naruto. His body had changed, due to him accepting more of the Void Chakra, due to him becoming one with Void slowly. Naruto stepped forward. Before his foot could hit the ground as he raised it, a sound like someone clapping their hand could be heard. As Neji was blown away, Naruto standing in the same spot. Naruto arrived and grabbed Neji by the throat. He thrust him into the ground, cracking it as he kicked up so much dust and debris. Neji, in agony, released his chakra outwards, like the rotation, but enough to blow Naruto away. Within mid-air, Neji thrust his hand out, releasing an empty palm that sent Naruto into the sky. As Naruto fell, Neji proceeded to spin. "Rotation," he said. However, Naruto's eyes snapped open, and the blade materialized, just like how it was described. The blade literally materialized out of spectacle of dust. It seems like black mist coming together, creating a weapon within Naruto's hand. His void weapon, he called it the nullifying. The appearance was, the hilt was black, with a curved gray rim around it that was embedded in it to not show any curves, just a firm handle that was flat. The blade itself was obsidian, like it was the embodiment of darkness itself. It had a white coating though, and a jagged edge. And the way it was being held was like it was flickering in and out of reality, because it truly was. The power was flickering because Naruto wasn't using it at its fullest, not seeing the reason as he cut straight through Neji's rotation. Neji felt the absence of chakra. 3 seconds, that was all that Naruto needed. Neji was open up. There was no longer any defense between him and Naruto. The match was done. Despite Naruto having done anything yet, Neji could somehow feel it in his bones. Black chains erupted from Naruto's hand. Neji tried to jump away, but they bind him, the speed far beyond him. They proceeded to stab into his skin, but there was no blood. They weren't physically stabbing into him though. They did not bind his physical form, but they bind his chakra. Neji was unable to move, feeling so weak, struggling to take his next step, as Naruto was absorbing his chakra. After a few seconds, Neji finally collapsed, the chains leaving him. Naruto stepped towards him. "As you can see, your fate has been destroyed. I hope this gives you something else to look forward to," said Naruto. "Maybe your own that you can create." "Your views on this matter intrigue me," said Naruto, "and I would like to see what you're going to do with it." Naruto extended 2 fingers as he brought it down on Neji's forehead. Naruto drew a diamond shape on Neji's forehead. It glowed for a faint second before vanishing, like nothing was there, as Neji passed out. As the proctor jumped down, as Neji was taken away, people were stunned at first until one started to clap, followed by many others, as they exploded in cheers. The match was truly phenomenal, and Naruto, being as powerful as he was, it shocked and surprised many, as it was beyond what they were expecting. Time skip. Sasuke finally arrived, making a big entrance. as Naruto gazed down there. Gaara was his opponent. Naruto said nothing as he simply observed. The match began as Sasuke wanted to show that he's grown a lot stronger. You could see his gaze towards Naruto. After all, Naruto has constantly one-up him. But instead of getting pissed or angry, Sasuke was actually looking forward to showing that he was better. And that was making him a lot stronger. The mark had no lasting side effect on him, given the fact that Naruto had stripped it away. Orochimaru could not see Sasuke's neck, as the Uchiha was moving around, not to mention the blue high collar that he was wearing. But it seems like it was time. Yes, it was indeed time. As Sasuke landed a rather nasty injury on Gaara, causing Gaara to scream in rage. Feathers started to fall. Naruto looked around, observing as people started to go to sleep. His mind was being pushed into an unconscious state, but Naruto shook it off as he looked around. "What's happening?" he said. Minato and Kushina both arrived. Only Naruto could see them though. The representation of Void. "Seems like your village is being attacked." Explosions further approved this. As Naruto was looking around, he looked at his hands. "What's this feeling?" Kushina smiled. "You're excited." "I am." "Why?" Naruto questioned back. "Maybe you're just happy that you're going to fight for your village," Kushina said. "Nah, that's not it," said Minato. "I think you're just excited that you get the opportunity to test out your abilities. The new ones, that is. I mean, these guys are your enemies. No one would look down at you if you desire to say, slaughter every last one of them." "Yeah, he's more right," Kushina said with a smile. "So, are you gonna have some fun?" she questioned towards Naruto. Naruto looked around when suddenly a kunai was launched towards him. But it wasn't there to hit him though. It hit the wall. That is when Naruto noticed who threw it. Naruto blinked in confusion as he saw Ino was being carried. Her mouth was bound. Her hands were bound as well. As two people were in hoods, headed towards the forest. Meanwhile, the two individuals came to a stop, away from what was currently going on, as Ino was dropped towards the ground. She was saying a lot of things, but her mouth was bound. "Be quiet before you die," the kunoichi that dropped her to the ground said. The other one was quiet. Orochimaru had done all of this. Kabuto Yakushi, his spy, had located what was, well, important to Naruto. And it was this girl. There was no doubt about that. It was her. After all, these two were in charge of bringing Naruto in. Orochimaru made sure that it was both of them. After all, the boy wasn't normal in any sense of the word. And what just happened further proved that. Their job was to take him down and bring him back at any means necessary. The Sannin had filled them in on what the boy had did within the forest for them to be prepared. However, holding that girl hostage might prove as a quicker way to end all of this. Lowering their hoods, their faces were shown to the world. One of them was a girl known as Guren. She was a very powerful kunoichi, as she had a rather special bloodline. In fact, the both of them did. The other one was Kimimaro. He possessed the last Bone Pulse bloodline. Let me ask you too, what is it that you desire from this? Naruto questioned as he was now standing in the field. He's fast. They both thought at the same time. You're going to be coming with us, unless you want this one to get hurt. So if I say no, you will hurt her, said Naruto. Exactly, said Guren. Now make a wise choice. She said as she created a blade from crystals and placed it at Ino's throat. Tell me something. If you do kill her, What kind of leverage would you have? They both narrowed their eyes. Ino was calm though. Naruto would never put her in danger. Not to say that. I wouldn't advise stopping, said Naruto. After all, I doubt there's anyone else that is more important to me. Ino's eyes widened when she heard that. She knew that he cared, but this much. So I would advise you too, not to do anything stupid. Because if you were to kill her, I'm not sure what I would become. But whatever I would become is something that you two would live to regret. So, hand her over to me, and I won't have to kill you both. You can still run away. Enough of this. Kimimaro appeared behind Naruto, using speed that was fitting of why he was so dangerous. He intended to stab through Naruto. Not to kill him, of course, but to just weaken him. However, Naruto blinked away. The next moment his hand rested on Ino's shoulder, and he blinked away again. Gurren cursed as Naruto was a distance away. He proceeded to break the binding on Ino as he helped her back to her feet. Are you alright? He said, pushing back her hair, a few strands that cover her other eye. I'm fine, she said. They're coming. I know. They're stronger than most, said Naruto. I need some room. She nodded. Please, be careful. Don't worry. I will not die today, he said to her. Ino quickly ran and jumped into the tree. Keeping her distance, these two were stronger than her. They moved so fast that she was barely able to react. Before she knew it, she was bound and brought here, but Naruto saved her. The moment she saw him, she knew that he would. As she proceeded to gaze down, both of them arrived, one on the right, one on the left, as Naruto's eyes switched from each to each. Meanwhile, Jiraiya had to make a very hard decision. However, he had to. Summoning Jutsu, he proceeded to summon two toads. The snakes were causing more problem. He had to stop them, but the chance of them sensing Naruto was high. However, citizens, innocents, and the life of many Konoha shinobis hanged in the balance. And he knew that he could not keep this going forever. He had to. Poof! Meanwhile, Naruto dodged back, surprising the two with his speed. Bone and crystals were launched at him, but he kept on dodging and weaving out of the way. How is he doing that? Gurren said. He seemed to be blinking out of reality. Above us, Kimimaro snapped his head up. Gurren released a dragon. Naruto blade materialized as he swung it, cutting the dragon in half. He landed and one move to the right and one move to the left. A clone of him was formed. It was so seamless, without any poof, without any smoke. It clashed with the two opposite. This clone was strong. Kimimaro soon realized that even after he slashed it, but there was no blood, but just a strange, grayish aura that came from the wound. They fused back together and Naruto clashed against the two. Their speed was immaculate, the both of them being strong in their own right. Kimimaro pulled out the bone out of his shoulder and turned it into a blade. Gurren created her weapon. Naruto clashed with the both of them. The three of them zipped around. Ino cursed as she was already in position, trying to take over one of their mind, but they were simply moving too fast. As for Naruto, he was having fun. He knew that he was going to slaughter these two. However, the battle was getting his blood pumping as he weaved and dodged and leaped and ducked, avoiding their strikes. Moving around, the power coursing through him. He was fighting and the Void Chakra inside of him was bubbling. The excitement showed on his face as he was smiling. Now that surprised the both of them as they jumped away. Gurren quickly created a three-headed serpent made from pure crystals. Kimimaro erupted a forest of bones to trap Naruto as a crystal dragon descended upon him. An explosion of crystal and bones filled the entire area. There is no way that he can walk out of that unscathed. The both of them would bet their life on that. There was a reason why Orochimaru sent the both of them though. He knew that Naruto wasn't your average ninja. After what he witnessed in the forest, they were to be prepared for him using the Flying Thunder God technique, but so far he hasn't used it once, nor has he used the Rasengan, nor has he tried to, disassemble their chakra cells, or disassemble their own. It seems like he was holding back on them. Did he really believe that they weren't ready for what he had at their disposal? That angered them. After all, they were both fiercely loyal and, prideful of their status of being strong to protect their master and do his bidding. And this little insect was pushing them. When the smoke and dust cleared, as Ino was standing there afraid, Naruto was lying on the ground. As his body was healing, the scrapes and scratches over him from the explosion, he was fine though. Minato and Kushina were looking down towards him. Don't seem to be doing too good, Minato said. Shut up. He's just playing around, said Kushina. You're having so much fun that you're becoming reckless. But I suppose you can be a bit reckless. But remember, there's an invasion going on. You know, I completely forgot about that, said Naruto, as he pulled himself up. He wasn't saying a word in reality, but to them he was speaking. So we're going to be taking things a bit more serious now, said Minato. Naruto gripped his blade as the aura started to leave him. That is when things became chaotic. The atmosphere itself changed. A cold, chilling sensation ripped through the entire place. Meanwhile, one of the massive toads were stunned, the very antithesis of nature energy, as a Void Chakra tried to dominate everything within its path. Immediately, the toad poofed away. Luckily, the snake was dead. Jiraiya snapped his head towards Gamaken. Gamaken, where did he go? He said. This power. Gamaken said. This is it. This is the void. Jiraiya started to panic. It seems they knew. However, it wasn't just them. The Sanin started to feel it as well. Everyone started to feel it. What in the world was going on? As the monstrous power started to spread. Meanwhile, Sasuke Uchiha felt it. Him alongside Sakura, along with Kiba Inuzaka as well, as they were facing off against the one-tailed Jinchuriki. Gaara snapped his head to the right, and a smile greeted him. That power, he said. This power intrigued him more than any of these insects in front of him. He took off, racing towards that massive source, intending on finding out what it was and destroying it. It will make him feel alive. Meanwhile, Kimimaro immediately activated the first form of the curse mark. Gurren prepared herself, her body shimmering. Naruto then bent himself into a stance, like he was going to swing his blade. Kimimaro took a step back. Oh, trust me, it's not going to help, said Naruto as he swung. But nothing happened. That was until Kimimaro was hit. He cried out in pain. The attack ripped through his bones, ripping into his chest. Gurren was stunned. Did he just cut through space itself? She said, absolutely shocked, unable to believe what she just saw, as Kimimaro was in agony on the ground, the void slash having ripped into him. She saw her moment. If she could not control her mind, she could slow her down. She launched several explosive tags. As a kunais, Gurren saw them and quickly deflected them. She snapped her gaze. This isn't your fight, she said, as she aimed right towards Ino, but she would not, as she felt the sensation behind her. She turned, crossing her arms, believing that her durable body would be able to protect her. But Naruto's blade shattered the crystal like it was absolutely nothing. Blood spray as Gurren was sent sailing away, crashing on the ground. Naruto stood there, the aura oozing off him. When he heard a scream, he snapped his head as he saw Ino was launched out of the tree, courtesy of Gaara who landed, a smile on his face. Naruto arrived and caught her in his arms. His modified Jinchuriki hand had slashed her in the face. As blood was dripping, she passed out in his arms. Naruto looked up, only to greet Gaara's smiling face. "So it's you," he said, jumping down. "The Uzumaki." He licked his lips in happiness. "You shall be the one. You will be the one to ensure that my..." Gaara was silent as Naruto slashed into his chest. He proceeded to collapse. Dead. That is what it seems. As Naruto was at Ino's side, having once again cloned himself by just stepping out of himself. Fusing back, Naruto picked her up in his arms. He consumed a lot of chakra. He could also return it. However, once he consumed it, it became void, twisted and merged with him. He never tried this before. He placed his hand on her. "Why don't you try reversing the reversal?" Naruto looked towards Minato who was standing there. "Is that even possible?" "Well, it is too negative," said Kushina. "Why don't you give it a try?" Naruto did as they said. As he watched, it happened within him first, before the marks on her face started to slowly fade away. Naruto wasn't healing her. It was much more complex than that. Yes, she was being restored, but this wasn't her average healing. Naruto had to immediately blitz away as sand swallowed the entire area. A massive construct was formed. As it rose to massive tall heights, Naruto gazed upwards, jumping away, only to see 3 members rush into their scene. Naruto landed in front of them. "Where did you come from?" Kiba said. Naruto looked towards Sakura. "Can you take care of her?" he said, handing Ino over to Sakura. What's... She's gonna be alright," Naruto said. "She's just unconscious." "You two," he said, looking towards the others. "Stay back." "I am free!" Shikaku shouted in rage and happiness. Gaara survived. The only reason was because of the tail beast. Naruto had cut through his sand, the wounds being deep enough to kill any normal individual, but he wasn't normal, he was a Jinchuriki. Hard to kill. But Gaara was out cold, giving Shikaku the full reign to, well, step into the world. He saw them down below, well, sensed them. His cheeks bulged as he released a powerful pressurized blast, only for Naruto to split it, literally cutting through air itself. As the technique ripped through the sides, launching the bodies of Gurren and Kimimaro. Naruto stood there in front of the group. "Ah, I see. You're the one that almost killed him. Well, I'll be in sure to rip you apart for threatening my existence," Shikaku said as he created multiple sand bullets and launched them. Naruto stepped and shoot off, slicing through the first and the second, moving from one to one, slicing through them, stepping on the sand residue. He boosted himself up, only for Shikaku to slap him out of the air, launching him through several trees. "Now, for the rest of you," Shikaku said as he raised his giant arm. Slice. Shikaku was stunned and enraged as his massive arm clattered to the ground. Chains stabbed into it from the bushes. Before Shikaku could reabsorb it, every ounce of Tail Beast chakra was absorbed. Naruto felt it pour into him. Kushina was sitting on the tree, right beside Naruto. This is always wonderful. Tail Beast Chakra. It's like a spicy drink. You're telling me, said Minato, as he was lying on the ground. Once Naruto was done, the smile on his face increased a bit more. Kushina placed a hand on his shoulder. How about you step a bit more in? After all, you're going to need a bit more strength to defeat this foe. I suppose you're right, said Naruto. Naruto started to dive into the essence of Void. The powerful chakra started to spiral around him even more. As Naruto form started to change, ever so slightly, the glistening eyes started to change into a silver color. Even his hair started to slowly glisten slightly, like it was almost metallic, the same color as his chakra. The blade in his hand, it started to hum. The very air itself around it started to vibrate, and the space itself that between it started to tremble. Shikaku shot powerful bullets down that ripped the ground apart. Sasuke watched as Naruto burst out. Naruto thrust his blade out. The blade did not even touch Shikaku, but an unbelievable amount of force launched the tail beast. Yes, you heard that right. Launched the tail beast straight into the forest. Sasuke was stunned. Has Naruto really grown that powerful, he questioned. Kiba couldn't believe what he was seeing. Sakura, who was holding on to Ino, was perplexed. Ino started to stir in her arm. Look who's awake, Sakura said, looking rather relieved. She snapped her head up. Where is he? Where's Naruto, she said. Sakura pointed as chains, hundreds of chains, rained down from the sky and stabbed into Shikaku. Shikaku raged. Let me go, he said, immediately building up a bomb in his mouth. Prematurely, Shikaku released the tail beast bomb right at Naruto's face. The attack shot upwards, engulfing Naruto's head. It seems like it blew it clean off. However, on closer inspection, the attack was going nowhere. No, that was strange. The color started to fade into grey. And then you truly saw it. Naruto's mouth was wide open as he absorbed everything, converting it into the void. As he proceeded to absorb it, he then released it back as his own energy. It pushed Shikaku deep into the earth, ripping out his insides. And unlike normal attacks, this negates his regenerative ability. As the beast wailed and cried in agony, the chains that Naruto had started to feed on him. Little by little, it was like small hands reaching and gripping every ounce of Shikaku, stripping everything away until Gaara's eyes snapped open. Around 70% of Shikaku had been swallowed. More than that, and the both of them would have been dead. Gaara fell to the ground, confused and worried, only to gaze up into those eyes. His glistening eyes gazing down towards the terrified Gaara. The darkness from the Void Chakra spread, seeping through the ground, absorbing Gaara's power as he tried to fade away. He tried to raise his hand, but there was nothing. Stay away. Get away from me, he said. He was afraid. Naruto stopped in front of him as he reached down, but he did not strike him or stab him. He stopped inches away. You're afraid, said Naruto, as he pulled himself up. For some reason, this one reminds him of himself. And that was before. However, a twisted version of himself that he let out. After all, before he kept everything in. But this would have been him if he let out his rage. Naruto turned his head, looking towards the bushes as he saw the siblings of Gaara. Naruto squatted down. That darkness that seemed to seep from his core, stabilizing. I'll tell you the secret, Naruto said. Being alone sucks. You need people by your side. people to cherish and love you. Otherwise, life is not worth living. That's a promise, said Naruto. Naruto got to his feet and started to walk away. As Gaara's siblings landed beside him, Gaara was confused why didn't he kill him. Naruto did not know why either. Perhaps, I'm not completely evil, Naruto said. Who said you were? Minato said, walking alongside him. Yeah, they know nothing, said Kushina. You're not evil, neither are we. We're just better. Naruto vanished, appearing in front of Ino, startling the others, but she was fine. He rested a hand on her cheek. Are you okay? He said. I'm fine, she said to him, a smile on her face, which caused him to smile back. Don't worry, he said. I'm going to finish this, as he straightened himself up. What do you mean? I'm going to stop the one behind the attack, Naruto said as his blade materialized in his hand. I'll be back soon, he said to her. He blinked away. Blinking and blinking throughout the village, Naruto arrived. No, stop! The Anvus advised. They believed that he was going to die just like the previous one that laid his hand on the barrier. However, Naruto pushed his hand through it, the Void Chakra negating the ability and the side effect of touching the barrier. The Sound Ninjas all snapped their head towards the location. What the hell? Meanwhile, Hiruzen Sarutobi was about to make a decision that he believed was needed for the situation. Trapped inside what seems like endless darkness, courtesy of the second Hokage. Due to their lack of, well, being alive, it suited them. He was being hit from all over. But it was time, he thought to himself. He was going to seal them away, even though it cost him his life. Suddenly, the place started to tremble. He noticed that the darkness started to change into grey. Everything became grey. The second and first Hokage touched the ground, when suddenly chains erupted and grabbed them, piercing into them. Unlike normal, it did not burst through them, allowing them to regenerate. It started to absorb them. Not just their essence, but everything that they are and everything that they will be. It was absorbing the reanimation. This was far beyond natural chakra absorbing. Hiruzen watched as the world, the small little pocket that was created of pure darkness, completely shattered away. However, the void started to spread from the point of impact. Hey there, old man. He turned as he saw Naruto standing there. Orochimaru was stunned. How did you get in here? He said. Naruto held his hand out and clenched it. Both the first and second were ripped apart. Unlike before though, their bodies were pulled into the chains that were fused into them, which led back to Naruto. Naruto closed his eyes for just a moment. The smile on his face, you could see it, the enjoyment of what he just did. It was the power becoming part of him. Orochimaru watched in shock at what just took place. Defeated two of his bestest chance of winning this match. Naruto then proceeded to reach into his own chest. Literally, his hand became a part of the void and he ripped out his own heart. Everyone was stunned, but of course that was not Naruto's heart. And when he reached into his chest, he was just reaching into the void. He pulled out a heart that was black and grey. As he held it, he then squeezed it. A violent scream of agony ripped from Orochimaru's throat. He collapsed down to his knees, trembling in agonizing pain. Naruto applied more pressure as Orochimaru screamed. He wasn't able to contain it as he screamed like he's never screamed before. What are you doing to me? You fail to see that Sasuke no longer has your mark, Naruto said, stepping forward. You see, I took it away from him, but I never expected that you would leave a part of your soul in it. I was informed that your soul is connected After all, you're still here. It doesn't matter if you split it. It's still connected. I was able to hold on to it. Because within the void, everything becomes a part of me, said Naruto. So this in my hand, think of it as a representation of your soul that you so carelessly release. So if I were to Naruto squeeze it as Orochimaru screamed even more, Hiruzen couldn't believe it. A moment there, he was okay with dying, but things changed so quickly. Naruto blitzed in front of Orochimaru. You caused a lot of unwanted trouble today. For that, I'm gonna kill you. Wait, Hiruzen said. Perhaps he wanted to be the one to do it. Perhaps there was another reason. The problem was when he stepped forward, he stepped within the void that was spreading along the ground. Hiruzen felt like he was losing his power at a rapid rate. Only for the Sound 4 ninjas to descend upon Naruto. Seeing their master in peril, they released the barrier. All the Anvus flock around their Hokage. The Sound ninjas surrounded Naruto in a ring, all of them aiming to strike him down. The problem was, they stepped within the void. Slice! Naruto spun his blade above his head, and all of them were beheaded. Those were the Sound 4. Powerful, incredibly powerful ninjas, and yet taken out like it was absolutely nothing. Naruto's power had grown tremendously. The more he fought, the stronger his connection with the void became. And he kept on adding to it by absorbing chakra, allowing the void to seep further into this world. Not only was it affecting the enemies now, it was affecting people around him, like Hiruzen who just stepped into it. He told his Anvus to stop, seeing it as well. Naruto plunged his blade in Orochimaru's chest. The Sannin was absolutely shocked. No, impossible, he thought to himself. He can't die here. It's impossible. He shouldn't die here. He can't. He cursed at this. He cursed at everything. This was supposed to be his victory. He can't die, especially to a brat. He shouted in rage. He opened his mouth as Naruto clenched his fist around the heart, stopping him from saying a word. I don't want to hear your final words or anything of this sort. Your opinion means less than dirt to me. After all, it's not like you're dying. You're simply becoming part of the void. You should be honored, said Naruto. The blade wasn't just killing Orochimaru. The moment Orochimaru became part of the void, he would cease to exist in all sense of the word. He can never be reanimated. He can never be restored to what he was. Every single curse mark that was still in the world affected right now, with his soul fragment would be gone. They would be pulled to the void. After all, the void is endless. The void is what? Is nothing, and at the same time everything. Orochimaru screamed. His entire physical form was wiped away, erased from reality, as he was pulled away within Naruto. Naruto being the access point to everything. The Sannin was gone. The bodies of the Sound ninjas were also brought down and sucked into Naruto. The void stopped spreading as Naruto stopped it. It returned back to him. He turned his gaze. The Anvus gripped their blade tighter. It was the sensation that he was giving off. There's nothing to be afraid of, he said, looking at Hiruzen. Everything's gonna be just... Naruto looked down, seeing a small toad appear in front of him, and left behind a tag. Naruto screamed as a violent amount of nature energy wrapped around him, shooting into the sky, almost like some kind of container. It was a seal, releasing pure concentrated nature energy. In the past, the aspect of what the Sage of Six Paths had done, to send the void away, to seal it, to push it away from this reality. It was a nature energy. The void was stronger, more overwhelming. The problem was, Naruto had yet to truly master the void. His power was still weak compared to what it was back then. And even back then it was still pushed away because it never truly stepped into this reality as itself, because if it did, without the emotions that was currently going through it because of Naruto, the world would have ceased to exist. Both Minato and Kushina collapse. Their image start to flicker in and out beside of Naruto before they vanish, showing the distortion of the void. As Naruto collapsed, another tag was placed on his back by another toad. This wasn't any average toad. This was Fukazaku. Ma extended her tongue and slapped one to his skull. Naruto screamed in pain as he was bound, the nature energy weakening to the point that he collapsed. As he fell unconscious, a large toad jumped down behind the building, shaking the place. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" Hiruzen said. "This boy, do you know what he is?" Fukazaku said. He saw the look on Hiruzen's face, so Jiraiya boy did find him. And it's because of this why he hasn't told us anything. You people have no idea what you are doing. We are here to fix the mistake that you failed to correct. I can't allow you to take him," Hiruzen said. "Naruto isn't bad. He isn't using that power for anything that you or the other toads believed in. That is what you think, but we have a different opinion." The large toad tongue extended and grabbed. Yes, it grabbed onto Naruto. Hiruzen sped forward only for the toad to blow a massive, powerful wind breath. Hiruzen leaped into the air, but the toad swallowed Naruto and poofed away. Tamiti cursed as he landed back on the roof. Over to the other side, Jiraiya was racing back after the snakes were defeated. The Sound Ninjas were being overwhelmed. They started to flee the village. Konoha had finished securing their civilians. Now they were actually fighting back. However, the last toad had poofed away without saying a word. Something was wrong and Jiraiya could tell. That is when he picked up on it, the nature energy. And that wasn't any normal sense of nature energy. Something was horribly wrong. Over to the other side, Ino suddenly stopped as they were making their way back. "What's wrong?" Sakura said. I just have this feeling," Ino said, gripping her chest, feeling something was off. Time skip. When Naruto opened his eyes, it was to a scene that he never witnessed before. However, simply being in this place, he felt weak. It was the large amount of nature energy in the air. Suffocating it was. His hands were bound and shackled. As he was being carried on top of a large toad, he opened his eyes to see Fukazaku and Ma. They were both looking at him. Naruto was calm though. That is what threw them off. "So you found out that I had the void, and now you've come to kill me. Do you even know what you are?" Fukazaku said. "Yes. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. I'm a ninja of Konoha. And you're making a big mistake. You believe Konoha will retaliate in your honor," Fukazaku said. "At the same time, they have no idea what you are. I'm not sure how you were able to manipulate Jiraiya boy into thinking that you're still human. But we know the truth. We were told." "By who? Your elder?" "You know about him," Fukazaku said. "I know a lot, but not everything," said Naruto. "I know that you told originated with a link of nature energy. I can smell it on you," said Naruto. "However, I'm still alive," said Naruto. "How exactly you plan on killing me? How can you be so calm knowing that you're being brought to your death? Do you have nothing to say to plead for your life? Or do you simply not care? That is another sign to show us that you are no longer human." "Huh. I have my reasons," said Naruto. As he simply closed his eyes, he ignored them. Naruto was brought to a strange place. Mount Miyaboku had what is known as the Endless Fire, a fire that burned since the dawn. Thus they saw it, thus they call it, a fire that could not be outed. There were sages in the past that were able to summon this flame. Jiraiya wasn't able to do it, which was odd. But these flames were special in many different ways. The endless flames that burned forever. You had flames like the Amaterasu from Itachi Uchiha that is said to burn everything, but these flames also burned for eternity, and they were powered by nature energy. This is where he shall meet his final resting place. Surprising, the massive toad was there. Pretty much all of them in the distance. However, the great elder, Gamamaru, was here as well. Naruto was brought and placed down as Gamamaru was sitting there. Do you remember me? Gamamaru questioned. Naruto looked at him as images flashed through his mind. Yes, you were much younger back then. There is no mistaking what I felt. You have returned. Thus, I feared. And this time, we do not have the liberty of having the sage to weaken you and using nature energy to push you back. If you were to regain most of your power, you are still weak compared to the last time. And you weren't even fully in our world, because if you were, we couldn't have stopped you. That is why you have to perish. The life you've chosen to take over is an innocent young child, but he must die to ensure that this world survives, Gamamaru said. Naruto looked around, looking at every single one of the toads. You know, I know that you're going to kill me, but I'm not afraid. Maybe it's because I know that I won't die. You truly underestimate the power that is about to erase you from this world and push the rest of your essence away. Because without this host, you will never be able to truly step into our world. You will go back into dormant sleep, without memories, without reason, without cause, and return back to what you were, just the void, no longer searching for power. You know what I'm angry about, said Naruto. The fact that you have people back at the village worried about me. Especially Ino. She's someone I've come to care about. She's someone that is special to me. And I'm sure that Jiraiya is telling her right now that I've been taken by you people. And what you intend to do. She's very demanding in that way. She must be so sad. And because of that, I'm gonna kill every last one of you, he said. You're right about something. I am the Void, but I'm also Naruto Uzumaki. So you better try your hardest to make sure that I don't survive, because when I do, I'll slaughter you all. And I'll burn this line until every ounce of nature energy is gone. And that's a promise. Gamamaru raised his hand as the toad started to apply Suppressor, Nature Seal to Naruto. The amount of Nature Seal that was there was enough to turn any human into stone. And they added more. But Naruto's body was still withstanding it. But it made him so weak that he could barely keep his eyes open. We must sacrifice one for the many, Gamamaru said as the chains were lifted, as Naruto was tossed off the edge. All the toads stood there and watched as Naruto fell into the endless flame. The flame erupted, almost like it was about to explode as Naruto's body was completely swallowed. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see the next part and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm off for now. See you guys soon. Peace.